Okay, so we're going to begin our class today, Erev Pesach, the day before Passover, the day of Passover. So just in thinking about the concept of Passover, it's very related to yoga as far as I see it. And really what we work on in our yoga practice is really moving from slavery to freedom. It's not slavery as we know it in the times of Egypt, but the idea is that we are always enslaved to our minds and our thoughts and our behaviors and our beliefs, unless we have the opportunity to step away from them, to see them clearly, and then to change things. And so what yoga really, the aim of yoga is freedom. The aim of yoga is liberation. And there's a word for it in Sanskrit called moksha. Moksha is liberation. But it's to be free from our own patterns that are not helpful, that are not getting us where we need to get in life, and that could be potentially harming us. So before we start today, I'd like you to think about one thing, one main thing in your life that you are ready to be free from. Something that is not serving you, some behaviors, some patterns, some relationship, something in your life that is keeping you a little bit enslaved or holding you back. And think about that one thing that you're ready to be free from. We're going to work a lot on freedom in the body today and relaxation, releasing the mind. So that's our focus today. It's a little bit of a quieter practice, a lot more deep stretching. And I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we're going to sit. Find a comfortable seat. Definitely sit up on something, a blanket or a pillow. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale through the nose. First, just bringing your attention to the breath, to the present moment, which is really the key. It's the key in becoming free in this life, is knowing how to redirect the mind, how to quiet the fluctuations of the mind, all the thoughts. Maybe, just maybe, to start to see a way of being different in the world. So as you follow your breath in and out through the nose, you can connect to that one thing, the thing in your life that's limiting you. What is it that you're kind of stuck with? And if you can't think of anything, just think of, in general, the mind. And just check if you're ready to be free from that slavery, from that inability to control the outcome or the behavior. So what is that thing you're ready to be free from? Let's bring our hands to the heart center. Take a moment to connect with that thing. And just for a moment, also notice, what would your life look like? What would you look like without that thing? If that limitation was not there? What would it feel like? Let's bow our chin down to our heart. Lift the chin up, release the hands, and open the eyes slowly. Okay. Switch legs. Take the left leg on top of the right. Walk the right fingertips to the side and take the left arm overhead. We're going to open the left side of the body. We're opening up the rib cage. We're creating space in the hips and the legs and the chest today. And also, my focus will be on slowing down, because the only way we can see our patterns and change them is if we don't go so fast. So in a way, the coronavirus has slowed us down, whether we like it or not. But maybe, just maybe, it gives us the opportunity to reevaluate something in our lives. So let the head fall to the right shoulder, reach the left fingertips overhead, breathe into the left rib cage. Take a few more breaths here. And there's a gentle twist, a spiraling upward of the chest towards the sky. And then come up and walk the left fingertips to the side and take the right arm overhead. Okay, let the ear fall towards the shoulder, reach through the fingertips, let the head fall to the side. And not only are we side bending, we're side bending to the left, but we're also rotating the left rib cage up. So open the ribs, reach the arm overhead. Breathe into the right side of the waist, the right lungs. And come up and go again to the right side. Walk the fingertips maybe a little bit lower. Maybe you can bring your elbow or your forearm to the ground, but only if you can keep your left hip on the ground. So if your hip comes up, don't go so low. And take the arm overhead. Let the head go. Round your left sitting bone as you reach into the left side of the waist. And then come up and walk the left fingertips out to the side. Start to bend the elbow towards the floor. Maybe it will reach the floor, maybe it won't. But keep your right hip on the ground and then take the right arm overhead. So we're just going a little bit further out, a little bit lower down. And then start to open the chest towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths. And come up. Cross the legs the opposite way again. Let's twist to the right. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips behind the back. Push the fingers down into the ground, lift through the crown of the head. And open the chest. So as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist, drawing the navel towards the spine. And let's go to the left. We're going to alternate sides. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left. And switch to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And one more each side, one breath per movement. Inhale and exhale. To the left, inhale and exhale. Now come back to the center, switch your legs again. And we're going to do the same thing, 3 breaths each side. Inhale, exhale. To the left, inhale, exhale. To the right. To the left. Follow your own breath. So as you inhale, you lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you twist. One more each side. And good. Now take the legs straight out in front of you. Dandasana, staff pose. Legs straight out in front, take your hands on your legs and just gently roll your inner thighs down towards the floor on each side. So we're really getting a nice internal rotation. This will help the back, okay, help open up the back. Press your heels down into the ground, fingertips into the ground, and lift the chest, lift through the crown of the head. Engage the thighs, bring the thigh bones down, push the fingertips down, lift the chest up. And we're gonna start to warm up the hips and the hamstrings. Push the fingers down, lift the chest. If you have back issues or if your hamstrings are really short, it's okay to bend the knees a little bit as long as it keeps your spine straight. Okay, if you can straighten your legs and maintain a straight spine, then do that. And then release. Okay, come on up. So here, if you have a chair, you're going to use a chair. We're going to come into downward facing dog, hands on the chair. You can also use a couch, you can use a desk, anything that's available. Hands on something. The knees are going to come, you're going to bend the knees, and we're going to lift the sitting bones up towards the sky. So we want to lengthen the sides of the waist here. So bend the knees, lift the sitting bones up, lift the sides of the waist. And our goal here is to have the spine nice and straight. So for the first one, let the knees bend. Okay, let the knees soften so you can get nice length through the whole spine. Knees bent, hips up. Now, if that's easy for you, you can start to straighten the legs, but don't let the back round at all. So we want to keep the spine nice and long. Okay, if it's easy, you straighten the legs, you start to take the thighs back. Good, and then walk the feet forward and come up. Okay, and we're gonna go back down again. This time, trying to straighten the legs and taking the thighs back. So walk your feet back, downward facing dog, feet pressed down. Legs are straight now. Again, if you have back pain, it's fine to bend the knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight. More important that the hips are lifting. But here, I want you to really feel the pressure of the feet down into the earth and the hips lifting up. And the spine lengthening, opening the chest, moving the upper back towards the floor, upper back down into the body. I'm watching you, so you bring your hands on the chair and lift your hips up. Yeah, stay there. Thighs strong. Start to feel the hamstrings opening, heels pressing down into the ground. Good. And then walk your feet forward and come up slowly. Okay. Now your hands can be on a couch, a chair, anything. We're going to start with the right leg forward, left leg back, Parsvottanasana. The back foot turns out slightly and the legs are in line with your hips. We want the hands underneath the shoulders. Okay, hands underneath the shoulders. So our work here is to keep the legs straight and to roll the shoulders back and to take the chest forward. Take the chest forward. Heart forward. So we want to roll the shoulders back. Again, you can watch me. Shoulders back, chest forward. Good. And if you don't feel a lot in your practice, you can also go lower on a couple of blocks. So if you have blocks at home, you can use blocks. But for us, our intention is just to energize the legs, draw the right outer hip back, open the chest, take the heart forward, and then switch legs. Left leg comes forward, right leg goes back. The back foot should be turned out about 15 degrees. So there's a bit of an external rotation of the right foot. Don't let the hips go to the side. We want to draw the left outer hip back. Left outer hip back. Keep your left foot on the floor. Energize your legs. Really straighten both legs. And then take the heart forward. So we want to learn how to move the shoulder blades away from the ears. Shoulder blades away from the ears. And open the heart. Take a few deep breaths. Slowing the breath as you open the chest and lengthen the backs of the legs. Good. Step the right leg forward, come up for a moment, and we're going to go back and do the same thing again on each side. Left leg back, right leg forward. Parsvottanasana. The hands are going to come on the chair. We're going to roll the shoulders back and take the heart forward. Keep the right leg straight, keep the back heel down on the ground. Open the chest. Good. Open the chest here. Shoulders back. It's like someone's pulling your sternum, a string attached to your sternum, moving away from your tailbone. And then switch legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. Okay, so we're going to draw the shoulders back, push the left foot into the ground, push the right foot into the ground, open the chest, open the heart. Watch that you're not tensing your neck muscles. We want to move those shoulders back away from the ears. So the left leg is strong, the right leg is strong. Take the top of the right thigh back. Good. And then from here, Kelavma downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. Push the feet down, and now it should be easier. You may notice that it's easier to straighten the legs and to keep the spine straight.
And so hands can be on the chair. We're lifting the hips up. You want to feel your feet pressing firmly into the ground, and then inner thighs back. Take the inner thighs back. A few more breaths here. Shoulder blades are wide on the back. And then bend the knees, walk the feet forward, and come up. Okay, so hopefully you have a chair or something. You can put a blanket on the chair to make it softer. You can put a pillow, you can put a block if you want. What we're going to work on is taking that right leg up the chair. So we're going to have our right leg up on the chair like this. We don't want to let the hips tip over to the side. So our goal here is to drop the right outer hip down. You can take your right hand in your hip crease and really move that thigh, outer thigh down towards the floor. Okay, we want to keep the chest lifted, legs are strong, and this foot is active, so the toes are coming back. If this is too easy and you're home, you can take maybe more pillows, more blankets. You can build up your chair so it's a little bit higher. Okay, and if that's really easy, you can also take your leg to the top of the chair and work here. So you can play with it, but the key is that your right hip is just as level as the left. The right ASIS, the frontal hip bone, is in the same line. You don't want to let this happen. So we want to drop the buttocks, drop the right thigh. Good. Shoulders back. Chest open. And if you want to work on balance and chest opening, we can reach out through the fingertips like a starfish. We're just reaching through the fingertips from the center of our chest, opening the heart. Push the left foot down, bring the right toes back. Slow the breathing down. And then release the hands, carefully come out. So again, you have to listen to your body. You know, where can I get my hips level, a nice stretch through the inner groin, and maintain my stability, okay? It's not about achieving anything other than what's best for you at this moment. So higher is not necessarily better if it causes you to be uneven, okay? So watch your ego here. That's another thing we work on in yoga a lot, ego. Okay, so push the right foot down into the ground. Bring the toes back. Open the chest. Okay, lift the heart. And then if you'd like to go further, we reach out through the fingertips and open the chest. And feel the expansion coming all the way from the center, from the heart, out through the fingertips. Shoulders back and down. Chest lifts. Good. Ground the right foot. Energize the left foot. Open the chest here. And then release, count down. Okay, so you have an option. We're going to do this one again, or if you have a wall available, you can use a wall. So I'll show you what I like to do with the wall. You can take a strap if you have a strap. If you don't worry about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring the leg up the wall. So I want to have my foot on the wall. I can hold the strap, push the foot against the wall, and lift the chest. Okay, so the right foot can be on the wall. If you don't have a wall, you can do the same thing that we just did on a chair. There's just a different effect of pushing your foot into the wall. And then again, we want to do the same action. We want to draw the right outer hip down. We can reach out through the left fingertips. That's it. Good. I see some of you in the middle of the room. Now make sure you drop that right outer thigh bone down. Lift the chest. Open the heart. 2 more breaths. Stability, strength, focus, and then release that side. Good. Take the other side, left leg up. So you can balance, you can use a chair, we can use the wall. The wall is nice because it gives us something to press into so we can work on the energy in the leg. Make sure your right foot is right under your right hip. Arm out to the side. Push your left foot into the wall. Take the top of the right thigh back. And then you want to focus on dropping that left outer hip down towards the floor. Left outer hip down towards the floor. Lift the chest. Strong legs. Push the left foot into the wall and open the chest. Smooth, calm, even breaths. And then release down. Step the left leg. Good. Okay, Trikonasana. Here you can use a block or a chair. If you have a chair, we're going to use it to lengthen the side of the waist here. We're going to move today towards Parivrtta Janushirshasana, which is a challenging pose, but a lot of freedom, a lot of opening in the body. So we're working our way towards that. You're going to take your legs wide, Trikonasana, right toes turn out, left toes turn in. The goal here, if you're watching me, you're going to take your hands on the chair and then push the chair away. So we're getting more length through the right side of the body. And then we're going to focus on twisting towards the side. Okay, so that's our focus here. If you don't have a chair, your hand can be on the shin bone or on a block. So take your hand on the chair, push the chair away from you, energize the legs. Make the bottom side of the waist just as long as the top side of the waist. So bottom side of the waist is long. Maybe you can push your chair a little further as you hold. And then add the twist. You're going to rotate the right rib cage forward and lift the belly. Lift the belly up and in. On the exhale. On the exhale, that's when we lift the belly in. On the inhale, you can relax and soften the belly. And then use the strength in the legs to come up. And we'll switch sides. So move your chair, or you can turn around. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in, heel to arch. Okay, shoulders back. Roll the left thigh out. Take the left sitting bone forward, right? Prepare for the pose. Don't be in a rush to get anywhere. I think the biggest gift for me in this whole crisis is gave me the chance to slow down and to see what it's like to take it a little bit easier. Doesn't mean I do less, but I just have a different, slower mindset. I think it's healthier. So take the left arm on the chair, right hand on the waist. Start to push the chair away. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Energize the left leg, energize the right leg. Again, lengthen the left side of the waist. Now rotate the left rib cage forward. A little bit of a twist, moving up towards the ceiling. So we're lengthening the left side of the waist. Keep the legs strong. Right thigh back, heel down, outer heel down into the ground, and open the chest. And then as you exhale, just drawing the lower belly in and up. As you inhale, relax the belly. And then push the feet down and come up slowly. Turn the left toes in, step the feet together. Let's go back to the first side. Here, we can use the chair, or you can use your hand on your leg or on a block. Okay, turn the right toes out, turn the left toes in. So we're gonna lengthen the spine. If you'd like, you can reach for the chair. If you have a chair. Lengthen the side of the waist, and then once you have the length, then bring your hand down without losing the length. So the hand comes down on the shin, and take the left arm up. So you want to feel this downward pressure through the right fingertips, and then reaching up through the left fingertips. Lengthening the sides of the waist, and then gently twist. It's a small movement of the rib cage. The right rib cage comes forward. Push the feet into the ground and come up with a straight spine. Turn the right toes in, step the feet together and switch sides. Take the left leg out. Heel to arch. Wide stance. Okay, roll the left side out. Arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale. Gently come down. Reach, reach, reach. We're creating length to the side of the waist. Hand on the waist. Now push the chair a little bit away from you so you're getting the length. You might want to stay with your hand on the chair. That's okay too. Right arm up. And if you'd like, see if you can maintain the side of the waist long. But push down through the left hand and reach up through the right hand and see if you can get a nice twist or opening through the chest. Take a few more breaths here. Push the feet into the ground and come up. Turn the left toes in and step the feet together. Tadasana, feet together. Reach the fingertips down, lift the chest. Just take a few breaths here, feeling the grounding of the feet. You want to feel the feet pressing firmly into the earth, shoulders moving away from the ears, inner thighs back, lift in the belly. Lots of length in the low back. Good. Now relax. We're gonna take Parshvakonasana, a couple variations. So first variation, you're gonna step your legs very wide. Turn the right toes out and you'll measure, okay? Measure that when you bend your knee, your right knee is right over your ankle. Okay, so you usually have to be quite wide for this one. We're gonna come down, keep the spine straight, and then rest the forearm on your thigh. And this arm, we're not just hanging out on it, we're not leaning on it. You want to use it to roll your thigh back. So there's this action of external rotation of the front thigh. And then take the left arm over the ear to the arm. Okay, so you should glue your ear to your left arm, reach overhead. But our focus here is to use the right arm to rotate the chest open. Take the right thigh back, open the heart. A few deep breaths here. Now put a lot of weight in your back outer heel. Back outer heel presses down into the ground. And then come up. Good. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. So the trick is, can we find a relaxed breathing in this pose when we're working hard? We want to stay with a soft breath. Bend the left leg, measure. Take your legs as wide as you need to so that the knee comes right above the ankle. And then gently rest the forearm here. Don't lean into it, but just place it on your thigh and use the arm to roll the thigh back. So we're rolling the left thigh back, but you're rotating your left ribcage forward. So the left thigh rolls back, ribcage forward, and then open the chest. And push the right outer heel into the ground. Find the quiet breath, find the softness, even though the body is working hard. And then knees bent, come up, straighten the leg, turn the toes in, and step the feet together. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. If you have a wall, I'm gonna show you a variation with the wall so we can get a little more length through the side of the waist. If you don't, then you'll do the first variation again. The way we're gonna do it is that we'll come down and reach the fingertips so that it comes to a wall, and we're going to walk the fingers up the wall. So that way we're getting a lot of length through the whole left side of the waist. So you're going to walk the fingertips over if you have a wall. If not, you do it in the middle of the room. Okay? Bend the front thigh more. Come down lower. Come down lower, widen the legs. Now with the right arm, roll the right thigh back. That's it, good. Left arm overhead. So you feel this rolling out of the right thigh and opening of the chest, opposite movements. The right thigh goes back, the chest comes forward. Okay, the actions are helped. They help each other. Arms straight. And then come up. Turn the toes in and left side. So if you have the wall, you're going to crawl your fingertips up the wall. Crawl those fingertips up, but then watch that you don't have all the weight in the left leg. You also want to push the weight in the right outer heel. So we're walking the fingertips up, pushing the heel down, opening the chest, belly in and up. You should feel a nice stretch on the right side, especially between the upper pelvis and the lower ribs. And then come up slowly from the toes in. From here, downward facing dog, your hands can be on the chair or hands on the floor. If you have enough flexibility in the hamstrings, let's do a regular down dog. Spread your fingers wide, press your index finger mound into the ground, and lift the heels up in the air. Lift the heels up, heels up. So that way your legs are straight. And then slowly start to bring the heels down towards the floor, but you want to pull the heels back. So you're really broadening the foot, broadening the front of the ankle. Bringing your heels down, but at the same time lifting the hips up. So you really want to feel the opening in the hamstring, the back of the leg. Good, let's come forward, bring the knees out to the side, toes touch. And forward Virasana, Yoga Mudra. Just walk the hands forward, relax the forehead onto the ground. Keep your arms very strong, lengthening the sides of the waist. Couple more breaths, relaxing the belly. And then again, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, push your index finger mound into the ground, lift the hips up, heels in the air, lift up, lengthen the sides of the waist, and then slowly bring the heels back and down. It's like I'll show you here, imagine the knee crease, the back of the knee is going down towards the ankle. But from here, the back of the knee is also going up towards the sitting bones. So you have this line going up and a line going down. And so we're opening the backs of the legs. Opening the backs of the legs without collapsing or sinking in the toes. And then walk the feet forward and come up. Okay, so warrior two. We're going to take the legs wide, turn the right toes out, turn the left toes in, heel to arch. This pose I like to use as a motivator. So if I have this goal, I want to get rid of something that's not serving me anymore, there's something that I want to achieve and work hard. This is the pose that I do it in. It's kind of a very determined pose. So take your legs wide, you come down. Keep the chest in line and the spine in line with the torso. So everything is in one line, not leaning forward, but keeping it over the pelvis. And then take the arms out to the side and gaze over the right shoulder. In this pose, you can kind of visualize this goal, that vision of what would I look like without this limitation or without this thing that's kind of been controlling me. And maybe just look at it and just see it. Kind of set any goal this way. A lot of determination, but without force. We're not leaning into it. We're just staying tight. We're sitting tight, solid, firm, strong, and gazing over the right shoulder. Straighten the right leg, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes up. So again, kind of set your sights on that goal. Take the arms out. We're not forcing, we're not trying too hard. We're just setting intention. Bend the left leg. Gaze over the left shoulder. Have your sights on just a better version or the true version of yourself, not a better version. Just coming back to who you already are. few more breaths. Gaze over the left shoulder, come down. Hold, and then straighten the legs. Turn the left toes in. Relax the arms, and step the feet together. Okay. From here, we're going to take Prasarita Padottanasana. So we're going to take the legs wide and have a strap near you. We'll definitely need a strap. We'll start with the strap. If you have a strap with a loop, you'll make it loop so that you can measure it from shoulder to shoulder, so shoulder distance. If you just have a strap or a belt, you can use that and just hold it. I'm going to put my hands inside the strap. If you have a scarf, you can use a scarf. And then roll the shoulders back, open the chest, and we're going to come forward and reach up through the fingertips. So we want to roll the shoulders open, legs strong, chest open. Okay? So come down. Make sure you're not collapsing here. You want to feel like you have lots of strength in the legs. We're lifting up through the quads. So we want to feel like we're lifting the thighs, then coming forward, shifting the weight into the front of the feet, and then roll the upper arm bones out. Upper arm bones out, reach up, open the chest. And then using the arm strength, come up slowly. Relax the strap. Hands on the waist here. We're going to come down, and if you can, you'll try to reach for your big toes with your first two fingers. So if you can, you'll reach those big toes. We want to straighten the legs, bend the elbows out to the side, and bring the crown of the head towards the floor. So here we're actually pulling. Okay, if we don't reach the toes, that's okay. You can have your hands on the floor in front of you and open your chest. You can have your hands even on a chair, which will come too soon. But here we're going to pull the big toes, elbows out to the side, shoulders away from the ears, and start to rest the head towards the floor. Legs are strong here. And breathe. Equal weight in the front and the back of the feet. Quiet the breathing, soften the breathing. Use the strength in the arms to come down. And then bend the knees, heel toe the feet in a little bit. Hands on the waist, squeeze the elbows towards each other, and come up and step the feet together. Good. Okay, so we're going to take the chair in front if you have a chair. If not, you'll do it with your hands on the floor. But we're going to take the legs wide again. Toes are slightly going to turn in. And it's not about going very low here, but about creating length and space. And a little more, we're going to do some restorative postures as well. So it's a little more restorative for the nervous system. But you're going to stretch the arms out in front on the chair. You can also rest your forehead on the chair. But our goal here is to have a nice straight spine, to reach to the fingertips, keep the legs strong, legs straight, and open the chest here. Okay, if you don't have a chair, I'll demonstrate. It's sort of a cross between Prasarita Padottanasana and downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can have your hands on the ground and come into the pose this way. But if you have a chair, I prefer you use a chair, because I want you to have a little more of the sense of letting go and being supported in the pose. Good. Take a couple more deep breaths here.
And then walk the feet in and come up. Okay. So now what we're going to do is Upavishta Konasana. You can sit on a blanket, okay, or two. And let's take the legs wide out to the side. So if you notice, we're working a lot on the inner thighs today, the adductors and the chest. So we're still building towards a very nice deep pose. So Upavishta Konasana, the spine has to be straight. You don't want to let the spine be rounding back. So if you need to bend your knees or you need to take your feet in closer, that's okay. Okay, we want to straighten the legs and make sure your toes are not rolling in or out. So toes are pointing straight up and the center of the heels are pressing down. Fingertips next to your body. Push down through the fingertips, lift the chest. Push down through the fingertips, lift the chest. Just take the heart forward a little. Okay. So if it's difficult, you just work on straightening the spine and moving your sacrum forward. I'm going to show you from the side, but you stay here. So what we're trying to avoid here is this. We don't want this happening. We want to bring the sacrum forward. Reach the fingertips back. If this is easy, you can take your hands forward and you can start to walk the hands forward, but without letting the spine round. So we want to draw the shoulders back and take the chest forward. Chest forward. Don't let the toes turn in or out. Okay, so you have to find the right pose for you. And then let's walk the feet back. Bring the feet in and take Dandasana again. So feet straight. Fingertips down on the ground, lift the chest, thighs down, lift the heart. And now if that feels okay, and the low back is okay, we can reach the fingers up towards the sky. Reaching up, up high. Reach the fingertips up, push out through the feet, open the chest, relax the shoulders. And then release down. Let's take the right knee in. Okay, we're going to hug the knee in towards the chest, but you're going to use your arms to pull and lift up. So lift the chest here and push out through the left big toe mound. We're going to come into Marichyasana 1. I'm going to show you a few variations, so some for beginners and some for more advanced. You'll take your elbow on the inside of the knee, left fingertips behind the back. Push down through the fingertips, push the right elbow into the knee, and then lift the chest, lift through the crown of the head. So today's practice, we're not moving fast, we're going slow. We're working on deep opening of the hamstrings, deep opening of the chest. And then we're going to do a few restorative poses because our goal today is to slow down, to calm down, and to relax, to build strength and stability in the nervous system. Through the crown of the head, and then we'll switch sides. So right leg will straighten up, left leg will come in. You can interlace your fingers here, lift the chest. Now this right leg is very active. This right leg is very active. We're going to push through the big toe mound. Lift the chest, open the heart. Shoulders back, away from the ears. Take your time. Bring the right fingertips behind the back. Left elbow on the inside of the knee. You're not trying to push the knee out. You're trying to push the knee into the arm and the arm into the knee. Lift through the crown of the head first. So inhale up, and then exhaling, shoulders down, twist to the right. And hold. Every time you inhale, you lengthen your spine. Every time you exhale, you draw the belly towards the spine and you twist. Shoulders back and down.
Come back to the center. Go back to the first side. Right leg comes in. Now, if you're practiced, you can take a strap and just have a strap on the outside of your right hip. So I'm going to show you how we can go a little further into this twist using a strap. But the first stage is this, okay? If this one is difficult, or if you have any back pain, you might want to just stay here, okay? So we work on pushing the elbow into the leg into the arm. Lift the chest, okay? Come out for a moment. Let me demonstrate the other variation. What you're going to do is you're going to reach your arm forward with the thumb pointing down towards the floor. So the right thumb is pointing down. And it's okay for the right hip to come up a little bit. You're going to reach your armpit as close to the shin bone as you can. And then you can reach for your strap behind you. Okay, so you're holding your strap. And sit back on the right hip and open the chest. We want the spine straight here. So you have a strap behind your back. I'll show you on the other side so you can see. Just stay there. So if I'm coming around, I can take the strap here and lift the chest. Now roll the shoulders back. You're on your right side. Stay. A couple more breaths. If you're pretty practiced, you might be able to reach your wrist. You don't need a strap. Okay, and then come out. Okay, left side, left leg will come. Take the left arm down. Excuse me. Left arm down, thumb down towards the floor. I want you to reach as far forward as you can. Let the left hip come up a little bit. Reach, reach, reach. Then take the arm behind the back. And you can reach for your strap here. Sit back on the left heel, on the left hip, left sitting bone. So I want to reach down through the left sitting bone, lift the chest, rotate to the right. Inhale through the crown of the head, exhale, twist. And then we will release that and come out. Okay. So we're going to face the front again. This time, your right leg will come forward and your left foot will come in. So you're going to bend the left leg. You can put your foot on the inside of the thigh. And if you have a strap, you can use the strap behind your big toe mound. Okay, and all the toe mounds. So here, if you have the strap, what we want to work on, it's less about coming forward. If you have back injuries, forward bends are not that healthy, but we can do them. We can work on the foundations of the forward bends without going too deep. Okay? If you don't have any back injuries, you can go a little bit further. So we're going to pull on the strap, lift the chest, and open the heart. So we're drawing the shoulder blades back. Energize the right leg. Don't let your heel come off the ground. Some of us are hyper flexible. You want to make sure your right heel stays firmly planted on the ground. And then pull with the strap and lift the chest. Okay, if you're pretty practiced, no back injuries, you want to come a little bit more forward. Walk the hands forward a little bit, lengthening through the center of the chest. And then wherever you are, just relax your head. Okay, strong legs, the head can relax, chest is open. And come up. Switch legs, left leg forward, Janu Shirshasana. When we bring the right leg in, it's a nice practice to take your hands on the inside of your right leg. And so when you bend the right knee, your hand is stuck in between your thigh and your shin bone, and then you can pull it out. That creates a little bit of space in the knees so we don't end up hurting our knee joints. So we can take the strap on the toe mounts, pull, lift the chest, energize the left leg, and start to come forward. I want you to notice the energy here in forward bends. Forward bends are very grounding, very calming.
a little bit more of an internal energy, kind of going in yourself. It's a little more introspective. Relax the head. Maybe you come a little bit more forward, but keep the chest open. Even if the head is relaxed, it doesn't mean the back is rounded. The chest is still coming forward. And then soften the breathing, keep the chest lifting, relax the head, quiet the mind. And come up. Okay, we're going to do a different variation of this. So we're going to take the left leg in. Again, you can reach your hand in between your thigh and your shin bone or your calf muscle. A couple options here. It depends how flexible you are. If you have the strap, use the strap. You can hold the strap with the left hand and the right hand will come to the side. So you'll be on your fingertips and we're going to lift the chest. So we're going to move the chest forward and this is a little twist. So as you pull with your left hand and you push through the right fingertips, we're going to twist a little bit to the right. Okay, for some of us here, pretty flexible, you can hold on the outside of your left foot and you can do the same twist like this, moving the left rib cage forward. So we're opening the chest. Push with your right hand down into the front. And then come out. And switch sides. Left leg straight, right leg bent. And either holding the outside of the foot or your strap, I'll demonstrate it with the strap. You can hold with the right hand, the left fingertips will come on the floor. We're going to pull and open the chest. So it's not about coming very low. Again, it's sitting up tall and twisting here. Okay, if you can hold the outside of the foot, go ahead, but keep the chest open. Lift the chest, inhale, exhale. We're wringing out the spine. Okay, and then come out. I think we're ready to practice our Parivritta Janu Shirshasana. We're going to move slowly through stages. So I want you to take your legs out. We're going to bring the left leg in and the right leg out in front. You're going to need a strap, most likely. So have a strap available. If you have a loop, that's great too. Okay. So you can use the loop around the right foot, or you can just put the whole strap around the right foot. And what we're going to work on is pulling with the right hand. So you're going to pull the right shoulder into the body and open the left arm out to the side. It's just a twist here. So we're opening the chest. So if you can reach for your big toe, you can also hold your big toe with your first two fingers and then reach through the fingertips and open the chest and hold here. Okay, so don't be shy to use the strap if you need it. You want to maintain as much openness in the spine, as much space as possible. It's creating a nice twist. A couple more breaths here. And then release that. Bring the right leg in and take the left leg out. So strap here, holding with the left hand, or you're holding your big toe mound with your first two fingers. We're not going very low, but we're pulling, and as we pull with the left arm, we're opening to the right. Just opening to the right. And hold there. Take a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then release that side. Let's go back to the first side. We're going to add on from here. So if you use the strap, use the strap. If not, you'll use your fingers. We're going to open the chest again. And now we're going to take the left arm overhead. It's just a
twist, open towards the sky, and left arm overhead, opening the left side of the butt. Okay, so we're moving in stages. Towards a pose that's pretty deep, but at any point you can always choose one of these options. So opening the left side. Keep holding. We don't really attain freedom or liberation unless it's hard for us usually. It doesn't come easily. So the work, the discipline, that's what we're doing here. And come up. Switch sides. Take the right leg in, take the left leg out. Hold the strap. We're twisting. Open the chest. Okay. And then take the left arm overhead. If you're holding your big toe, you can do it this way as well. And reach over to the side. Good. And then come up. Okay. Now we switch again. Left leg in, right leg out. Okay, now watch carefully. We're going to take it a little further. So if that felt like enough, you can just work here. Okay? This may be your pose. What we're going to do is we're going to hold the strap in the left hand. Okay? Left hand. And the right hand is going to start to walk forward. Walk forward. So we're walking the right hand forward. The left elbow comes up towards the sky. And then you're going to bend your right elbow and bring it down on the inside of your thigh. So we're using the strap to pull, to open the chest, and we're pushing the right elbow back. So this is much deeper. Again, if this is too much, take the first variation. Okay, over to the side. Or you're holding the strap with the left hand, walking the right arm back, and opening the chest. And then release that side. Switch. Right leg in, left leg out. Take the strap around the left foot. So remember, the first option is to hold with the left hand and reach overhead with the right. Second option is to take the right hand in the strap. And we're walking the left hand forward. Left hand forward. So we're getting a nice twist as we walk and crawl the fingers forward. Use the right arm, bend the elbow, open the chest, and then slide the left arm back. So you're resting your forearm on the floor, pushing the elbow into the thigh, opening the chest. This may not happen, you may not get this slow. It's okay if you just work with the hands strict. Just try and get openness in the chest and the hips. And then come out slowly. Let's come into child's pose here. So we'll take the knees wide and reach the arms forward. A nice stretch through the whole spine, especially the sides of the waist. Slow the breathing down. Just begin to feel the effect of the chest opening, the heart opening. And then from here, come into downward facing dog. Kelev Mavit Mata. Lift the hips up. Now it should be much easier. We worked a lot on the hamstrings. So see if you can get your heels towards the floor. Spread the fingers wide. Lift the outer hips up. And open the chest. And then come back down, knees wide, child's pose again. And then walk the hands back and push yourself up. So hopefully we all have a chair here. We can use a chair. We're going to take a blanket. The blanket we're going to sit on. You want to be elevated a little bit, and you can have another blanket or a pillow or something soft on the chair. My chair is pretty hard. Your chair has a cushion and you don't have to worry about it. What we're going to do is we're going to take our legs forward through the chair. Okay? And if you can reach the backs of the chair, if you have this available to you, we can use the back of the chair to lift the chest. It's Paschimottanasana. It's a forward bend, that's supported one. And if you don't have the backs of the chair, that's okay. You can use your hands on the chair to kind of push down and lift up. Or you can have your hands by the side and just work on lifting the sides of the waist. So if we have the chair here, you can reach the hands forward. Get some nice length through the spine. Lengthen the sides of the waist, inner thighs down. And then, once you have the length in the spine, see if you can rest your forehead on a chair, on a blanket. Now, not all of us are going to be able to reach that. It's just the hamstrings might be a bit shorter. So it's okay just to stay here and relax the head. Okay. So either relaxing the head here, softening, releasing the weight of the head. We're taking one of the other variations, hands by the side, just relax the head, or hands on the chair and relax the head. But wherever you are, we want to quiet the breath here. Take a few more deep breaths. Just allow the weight of the head to rest on something. The legs are active here, but the rest of the body is soft. Holding a little longer, you want to hold a little bit longer in supported poses to relax the nervous system, calm the mind. And then come up slowly, and let's bend the legs and cross them in a cross-legged position. And we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to walk the hands forward on the chair. Lengthen the spine here. This is much easier. And we should all be able to get our head on the chair. Okay, for those of you who are more flexible, you're welcome to work with your hands on the floor, maybe resting your head on a block or a blanket. Just don't let the hips come up. Keep the sides of the waist long. So again, if you have the chair, we're lengthening the sides of the waist. And then relaxing the head. And hold. And then come up slowly and switch sides. Take the left leg over the right. Crisscross them in the center. Walk the hands up the chair. Open the chest. And then relax the head again on the chair. Or arms can be in front of you on the floor. So you can rest the head either on the floor or on a block for support. Walk the hands back and come up slowly. Okay. So if you have a wall, I'm going to invite you to take legs up the wall, which means you'll have your head supported on a blanket, Legs can come up the wall for support. You want to start as close to the wall as you can. Okay, get your buttocks right up against the wall. The head can be under a blanket, and if you have the strap, and if you have a belt, you can have your belt around the center of your thighs. So you're tightening your belt so that the legs are together, palms face up, and you can close your eyes here. If you don't have a belt, you'll just do it without a belt. Those of you who don't have the wall, then lie on your back with your legs on a chair for support. So you can have your head on the blanket, legs up on a chair or on a couch. And if you have nothing, just lie in Shavasana. I just want you to have something under your knees for support, to release the low back. We do a lot of deep forward bends, a lot of twists, a lot of deep opening for the spine. So now let everything go. Relax the shoulders. This is the most important posture, Shavasana, or Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. And wherever you are, you want to breathe into the low back. So as you inhale, I want you to feel an expansion in the low back. Feel the back moving towards the floor. You're breathing into your back muscles, and as you exhale, see if you can soften your back muscles so they're spreading wide along the floor. Move the breath into the spine. Make sure the legs are quiet and heavy, no more tension in the hips, so soften the hip creases. Turn off all the muscles in the legs, make the arms heavy. Just allow everything to melt into the ground. In the last few minutes. Notice with every exhalation, you can let go just a little bit more. Just a little bit more with every exhale. Noticing if your mind wanders, and if it does, just bring it back to the breath. Don't judge it, the mind will wander no matter what. Take our last few breaths here. Hug your knees into the chest, wherever you are. So unhook yourself. If your legs are up the wall, you can bring the knees in and roll to the side. So we'll all meet on our side. But make sure that you're really hugging your knees in towards your chest. You want to get a nice round spine. And then very slowly press yourself up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed or soft. And we're going to sit up. We're going to practice a short meditation together to prepare for moving towards more freedom, which we really should do every day, not just on Passover. Take your left palm facing up on your leg and take the right hand and we'll bring the fingertips at the heart center. So the right hand will come to the heart, or the heart center, not the physical heart, but actually the heart in the center of the body, center of the chest. It's basically, if you were to take your fingers or your thumbs under your armpits and bring your fingers to the center, this is where the heart center lies. So fingertips there, and just massage the heart center a little bit. And we'll take the fingers together at the heart. So the fingers will come together at the heart. You can watch the first time. And what we want to do is just spread the fingers open. So it's almost like a flower that's blooming. We're just fingers together and opening from the heart center, visualizing we're opening that area like a flower. So close the eyes and at your own pace, just feeling the contact of your fingers on the chest, spread wide open the heart center. And just inviting into the heart whatever it is you need, letting go of whatever it is you no longer need. So that we can just be more fully who we really are. One more time. This is called the flowering technique from my teacher, from Purna Yoga. A couple more times. And bring the hands to the heart, both hands together. Notice the effect of your practice. Notice if the mind is a little more calm. Notice if you feel a little more grounded, maybe a little less anxious, a little less flying around in your mind, a little more in your body. These are the effects of the practice we did today. So just notice. So let's join together for one Om to close. We'll inhale. Bow your chin to your heart. Lift the head up, release the hands. And slowly open the eyes. So I wish you a very lovely holiday, and hopefully lots of rest. And stay safe and healthy. And I hope I see you next week. Namaste.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. If you have any questions, I'll stay online for a couple minutes.